Okay, so in this tutorial, now that we've got our reference image, we're going to learn how to apply this reference image to our existing space. And there's a couple of tricks for doing this. The first trick is to remove everything that is going to be redesigned. So for this example, I'm just going to remove everything in the kitchen. So we're going to say Gemini as our model, which is our image editing model, and we're just going to say remove the kitchen to leave an empty room and hit go. So that's going to go and remove everything. If you're doing a redesign where, say, you were keeping a bench top or something like that, you would need to more specifically prompt, say, look, remove this, and it would do it. So as an example, so this is going to be great. I'm going to use this. But let's say you only were redesigning, I don't know, this back part of the room. If that was the case, we could go and double click the image to open the editor. And we can just go ahead and circle what it is that we want to remove, put a big cross through it. And then in our prompt, we could say remove the cabinets where we've crossed them out or something like that. Let's try that. Okay, so that's how you remove specific parts of the room that you're going to redesign. You could do the same thing to remove chairs or remove the floor or whatever it is that we need to actually replace in our design. Okay, now the next thing is these tiles. Let's say our design is going to replace the tiles. And so I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get rid of the tiles as well. So we'll try a prompt for that. I'm going to plug in our image and say, make the tiles a neutral or just a gray concrete floor. And we'll hit go. So we're kind of trying to just strip our space back to just be empty here. Okay, great. That looks pretty good. And now the next trick is before we just say, okay, whack this kitchen design into this space, what we're going to do is we're going to say, all right, I'm going to make this a line drawing. So the generative AI models are better at applying kind of style from one image to another if you are applying it from a photograph to a line drawing, which just sort of roughly describes all of the edges and outlines in your space, than if you're trying to apply a photograph to a photograph. So to make it a line drawing, we can use a cheap model. They're good at making things line drawings. And that'll do the job there. It's also quicker. Okay, it's got a fair bit of detail in it, that line drawing, but that's all right. We'll charge ahead. Okay, so now the last step is to actually redesign our kitchen. So we're going to use Gemini Pro for this, the best model we can find, and we're going to connect up our reference image and our line drawing, and then we're going to write a prompt to go straight into this input. Okay, so there's our prompt. So we're saying you're an expert interior designer. You have a line drawing of our existing space. We've actually got this as the second image this time, as well as a photograph of our design reference. I'm calling that image one. This is just a little trick saying at image one or at image two. Some models specifically can use this at symbol to know which image you're referring to. Can you redesign our kitchen, which in this case is image two, using the materials, lighting, furniture, and color of the reference image, image one? And let's just hit go and see what we get. I'll pause the video while this is loading. Okay, that's finished, and it has done a pretty good job of that task. So we've got the same space, the same window. It's gone and added this kind of stone feature wall in here. It's used this same bench top that is put into the space. We've got the same door. We've got the same bulkhead here. It all kind of works. We've got the same features and detailing, pretty much as you would expect. Now, sometimes it's not going to work perfectly. There is a bit of variation in these image models. If that's the case, you can try running it again, or you can try a different prompt, or you can try a different reference image. For this, it's gone okay. So in the next tutorial, we're going to look at doing a more targeted design task where we just redesign some of the kitchen, and then we'll look at swapping out different reference images and running them all in parallel so you can compare your design ideas.